Plek really focuses on employee engagement. Could you explain why this is so important?
It's been important for quite a while. These things are measured as well. Gallup measures it, and they find that over the past few years already, only 1 in 8 people are engaged at work. That's very low, obviously, and that has to do with things like the gig economy, with things like millennials coming into the job market with a whole different set of expectations than people before. And COVID has, of course, really accelerated these trends because people work from home remotely. They miss the contact with their colleagues, and there's insecurity, job insecurity with the recession coming up.
And what is your own vision on employee engagement?
With Plek, we look at engagement and we translated that in functionality and applications on our platform, and that has to do with things like belonging, with learning within companies, intrinsic motivation. And we translate that into an employee journey where you say, okay, you start with onboarding, but you also have an academy where you can grow, where you can learn. There's things like change management and communication around that, innovation, and then it ends up with offboarding and hopefully ambassadorship and as an alumni. So if you look at those steps and translate those into functionality on Plek, but also ways in which you can use Plek, then you actually configure your community platform from the perspective of the employee, and I think that's key to engagement.
And are there already examples of customers?
We have a number of clients who already used and have used Plek for a number of years as an internal community platform, a communications platform, sometimes as a social internet, and they are adding these new uses of Plek to it as a kind of an engagement layer, and that's working very well. For example, with an onboarding module where people are welcomed within an organization, but also an academy or an idea generator. So we see that with existing clients, but what we also see more and more is that clients, and especially bigger corporates, they use Plek next to their existing toolset. So a lot of companies have, of course, switched very quickly to Microsoft Teams and the Microsoft toolset for remote working, and that's fine and that's great. And of course, you need that for kind of operational collaboration, but it's not as good as a generative collaboration where it's more about new ideas and more about making progress. So it's for day-to-day work. The existing toolset works very well, but to get people together from different departments, for example, working on innovation projects, but also things like keeping some kind of a social bond between people who are working from different places from home. That's where companies are really looking for.
Do you think Plek is unique in this point of view?
Yes, I think we are in that we are really looking from the perspective of the employee, and of course it's still the company or the organization which is our client. But what we try to convince them of is that if you look through the eyes of your employee and you have a platform that really caters to their wishes and to their concerns and to their ideas, and gives them an opportunity to learn, to grow, to have a say in or give their opinion, then you engage them in the conversation and in the future of your company, and that's the best way to bring out ideas, but also to then bring in your own ideas and your strategy and your communication.